I used to argue with time. Time never argued back. I've lived in rooms with open windows and doors that wouldn't stay. I've packed my doubts in yesterday and called it on my way. I've trusted luck more than reason. I've leaned on songs and friends. I've watched a lot of good intentions die before they end. I learned how roads don't promise nothing, they just keep moving on. How tomorrow ain't impressed by what you planned upon. Every year ask quiet questions, every mile appear. I stopped trying to outlog life and listen to the years. You can shout into the wind, let it pass you by. I didn't argue with the years, didn't ask them to be kind. I let them take what they were owed and leave me what was mine. I've been stubborn, I've been fierce, but I didn't argue with the years. I loved a woman full of daylight, laugh lines around her eyes. She said, you don't need better answers, you need better goodbyes. She didn't hold me to the moment, didn't tie me to the past. She just said some things are meant to move and some are meant to last. I saw myself in her freedom, didn't like the truth it drew. A man still chasing yesterday like it still knew what to do. You can blame the cards, the timing, or the way the deal appears, or you can sit still long enough to hear the years. No fight left to win, just breathe and let it in. I didn't argue with the years, let them say what they came to say. I didn't rush the light away or beg the dark to stay. If a man's known by what he hears, I didn't argue with the years. Ain't every loss a lesson, some are just the cost of staying alive. I stayed when leaving felt poetic, when the night wanted a scene. I stayed till the sky turned honest blue instead of in between. I learned that peace ain't perfect and freedom ain't applause. Sometimes it's just waking up without a cause. I didn't argue with the years, let them have their say. I kept my songs, I kept my breath, I kept my way. If the truth ain't loud or clear, I didn't argue with the years. Time kept walking, so did I. That felt fair. I wasn't looking for forgiveness, just the truth uncut. I was born where the answer came slow and the silence stayed long, where a man learned quick how to carry on even when he was wrong. Daddy said, son, don't bargain with guilt. Mama said, stand it straight. I learned how to shake a steady hand while the inside shook with weight. I learned how to work past sundown how to pray without sound, how to keep my boots pointed forward when the past came around. Every sin felt manageable, every life felt clean. Didn't know what they were building in between. Truth don't soften the blow, it just lets it land slow. Heel tap, bass string, jaw set tight. I didn't ask for mercy, didn't ask to be spared. I stood where the facts stood up and stared. I've been lost, I've been thirsty, but I didn't ask for mercy. I loved a woman built of daylight. She spoke low, she stayed firm. She said grace don't come from denial, it comes from what you learn. She didn't dress my failings up, didn't turn away her eyes. She just let my words fall quiet till they matched my life. I saw myself in her stillness, didn't like the man it showed. A man who called to lay wisdom and called flight the road. You can plead your way through moments, you can curse the judge and jury, but the mirror don't care if you're sorry. No deal left to make, just truth to take. I didn't ask for mercy, let the record read me plain. I let the weight sit where it fell and stayed. If a man's known by what he carries, I didn't ask for mercy, didn't ask to be spared. I stood where the facts stood up and stared. I've been lost, I've been thirsty, but I didn't ask for mercy. Mercy ain't a favor, it's what shows up after you stop running. I stayed when leaving felt familiar, when the door was wide and kind. I stayed with the cost of every choice I tried to leave behind. I learned that peace ain't painless and grace ain't quick or clean. Sometimes it's just living honest with what's been. I didn't ask for mercy, I asked to see it through. I paid in time, I paid in truth, I paid what was due. If redemption's slow but sturdy, I didn't ask for mercy. The night passed, I stayed. That was enough. I quit arguing with the night, I let the morning decide. I've been wrong in 100 directions, right once or twice by mistake. I've chased good reasons into bad towns for the hell of the wake. I've loved women who love the road, I've loved the road the same. I've called freedom a savior and loneliness a name. I learned how time don't hurry, how it leans instead, how tomorrow ain't a promise, it's a debt you ain't paid yet. Every plan felt temporary, every truth felt wide. So I stopped trying to outthink life and let the morning decide. You can fight the dark all night or watch the light arise. I let the morning decide, didn't beg the clock for grace. I let the sun say what was real about this face. I've been proud, I've been denied, let the morning decide. I loved a woman built of laughter, the lines around her eyes. She said, you don't need answers, you need better goodbyes. She didn't chain me to the truth, didn't beg me to stay. She just waved from the doorway like she already knew the way. I saw myself in her kindness, didn't like the man it showed. A man still packing yesterday like a permanent load. You can blame the cards or the weather or the way the dice are tied, or you can pour one more cup of coffee and let the morning decide. No courtroom, no disguise, just daylight in your eyes. I let the morning decide, let the silence do the talk. I didn't run ahead of my shadow or stall the wall. If the truth ain't meant to hide, I'll let the morning decide. Some answers don't come knocking, they sit down quiet and wait for you to shut up. I stayed when leaving felt dramatic, when the night wanted a scene. I stayed till the sky turned honest blue instead of in between. I learned that peace ain't victory and loss ain't always defeat. Sometimes it's just waking up, still on your feet. I let the morning decide, paid attention for once. I let the light fall where it would without a front. If a man's known by how he survives, I let the morning decide. The sun came up, I was still here. It felt like an answer.
I'm a man, bury mistakes, and I carried mine. I was raised where excuses sounded weak, where a man stood by his word, where silence after saying too much was the truest thing you heard. Daddy said, son, don't outrun it. Mama said, name it clear. I learned how to keep my head up high while dragging my fear. I learned how to smile through questions, how to nod and move along, how to stack my days with motion so the nights felt less long. Every mile felt earned enough, every sin felt hid. Didn't know the way was growing from the things I did. Time don't lose the thread, it pulls it back instead. I carried what I did, didn't lay it on the ground, didn't dress it up as mercy or try to drown the sound. I've been quick, I've been slick, but I carried what I did. I loved a woman built of stillness. She didn't rush my shame. She said, you don't need forgiveness till you call it by its name. She didn't beg me to confess, didn't count my wrongs. She just stayed there long enough for me to hear my own saw myself in her waiting, didn't like the truth it drew. A man who called survival wisdom and avoidance getting through. You can outrun other people, you can change the lid, but the body keeps the memory of what you did. No story left to spin, just wait within. I carried what I did, let it bend my spine. I let the days feel heavy till the truth felt mine. If a man's known by what he hid, I carried what I did. Confession ain't words, it's what you're willing to walk with. I stayed when leaving felt easier, when the road called out my name. I stayed with the ache of every choice I tried to rename. I learned that peace ain't absence, and grace don't clear the slate. Sometimes it's just carrying the load till it lightens with the weight. I carried what I did through the dark, through the day. I paid in time, I paid in truth, I paid by staying put and staying straight. If redemption's slow and real and lived, I carried what I did. It didn't leave, but it don't own me now.
I used to move when things got heavy this time. I stood.
I was taught to keep my answers sure, my hands steady, my eyes down low, to never let the room decide what a man should show. Daddy says, son, don't borrow trouble. Mama said, mind your name. Learned how to step around the fire and still feel the flame. I learned how silence can sound like sense, how distance looks like control, how a man can dodge his own reflection by staying on the road. Every wrong felt temporary, every right felt strong, till the ground gave way beneath my feet and proved me wrong. Truth don't chase, it holds its place. Heel tap, bass string, breath slows down. I stood where I was wrong, didn't turn my shoulder thin. I let the moment take its weight and settle in. I've run, I've been long gone, but I stood where I was wrong. I loved a woman made of patience. She didn't raise her voice. She said every man is free to leave, but staying is a choice. She didn't ask me for forgiveness, didn't measure what I'd done. She just waited till my words caught up with the man I'd become. I saw myself in her quiet eyes, didn't like the truth they held. A man who called avoidance peace and consequence hell. You can dress regret in reason, you can keep your story strong, but the ground remembers every step that led you wrong. No shadow left to use, just boots and truth. I stood where I was wrong, let the stillness do the work. No speeches left to save my skin, no place to shirt. If a man's known by what he owns, times I stood where I was wrong. Standing don't fix the past, but it stops the life from walking on. I stayed when leaving felt familiar, when the door was open wide. I stayed with the weight of every choice I tried to set aside. I learned that grace ain't comfort, and peace don't come alone. Sometimes it's just not moving when you know you're wrong. I stood where I was wrong, let the night call out my name. I paid in time, I paid in pride, I paid in shame. If redemption is slow but strong, I stood where I was wrong. Ground didn't move. I did. Inside